So last Saturday, my friends and I were sitting around my living room, bored out of our minds, when someone suggested we liven things up with a classic prank call. For some reason, the target we settled on was my dad, who's always suspicious of telemarketers but somehow can't resist answering unknown numbers. We decided to up the ante by calling him using the worst fake accents we could muster, think French, Australian, and whatever my friend Tim thinks is New York Italian. We started simple. My buddy Jake called first, doing an accent that I think was meant to be Scottish, but honestly sounded more like a pirate who's had dental work. "Hello, Mr. Johnson, this is HR calling about your recent performance review." To our amazement, instead of hanging up or catching on, my dad started apologizing for being late to meetings and asked HR if there was anything he could improve. Sensing an opportunity, my friend Ashley doubled down with her Australian accent, which mostly involved saying mate every other word and referencing kangaroos. My dad was oddly receptive, telling her that he'd always wanted to visit Sydney and asking if HR was hiring. By the third call, we were in stitches, but things took a weird turn. My dad started giving out actual job details, asking Ashley and Jake if they'd like to come in for interviews since HR always knows good candidates when they hear them. We tried to backtrack, but he wouldn't take no for an answer. He gave us a time, date, and even directions to his office. At this point, it felt less like a prank and more like we were being recruited into some sort of corporate escape room. Long story short, Ashley and Jake showed up at my dad's office the next Monday, still halfway expecting the jig to be up. Instead, my dad welcomed them with open arms and gave them both part-time jobs in the mailroom. Now every time I visit, I have to listen to my dad brag about his international HR team. The moral of the story? Next time you prank call your dad, make sure you don't accidentally get hired, unless you want to deliver mail with a Scottish-Australian accent.